Doc? You disintegrated Einstein.
Calm down, Marty. I didn't disintegrate anything. The molecular structure of both Einstein and the car are completely intact.
Everyone loves a good time travel story, but what if the real twists happened behind the scenes? The cast of Back to the Future has finally opened up, and the truth is more surprising than you'd ever expect. From near misses in casting to awkward on-set tension and one very unexpected object that almost replaced the DeLorean, there's a lot of fans never saw coming. These secrets didn't make it into the movie, but once you hear them, you'll never watch the trilogy the same way again. What went down before the DeLorean ever took off? Let's just say it wasn't all smooth roads. Fox's sleepless road to Marty McFly. Michael J. Fox was always the first choice to play Marty McFly, but his role in the hit TV series Family Ties initially prevented him from accepting the part. As a result, Eric Stoltz was cast and even filmed for several weeks.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a treat.
However, Stoltz's intense, dramatic interpretation lacked the lighthearted charm the filmmakers wanted. When Fox's schedule unexpectedly opened up, they jumped at the chance to recast him, though it came at a cost. Fox agreed to an exhausting dual schedule, filming Family Ties during the day and Back to the Future at night. For months, he ran on minimal sleep, caffeine, and pure determination, juggling two major roles without compromising performance. Despite the physical toll, Fox delivered an unforgettable portrayal that perfectly captured the humor, heart, and bewilderment of a teenager thrust into the past. He maintained a professional, humble attitude and showed great respect for Stoltz, never downplaying his predecessor's talent. His chemistry with the cast, especially Christopher Lloyd, was electric, helping cement the film's success. Fox's dedication not only defined the character of Marty McFly, but also became a testament to his incredible work ethic and passion for storytelling. Running on no sleep sounds wild, but the original time machine idea might be even crazier. The Time Machine's wild makeover.
Doc, where are we?
According to my calculations, this is the year 2015, Marty. The future.
Whoa, 2015, that's heavy. All these people must have got here in their flying cars.
No, you know what? We never figured out flying cars, actually. We never did figure that out.
When people think of Back to the Future, one of the most iconic images that comes to mind is the DeLorean DMC-12 tearing through the streets, leaving fiery trails as it hits 88 miles per hour. But the time machine wasn't always a car. In early versions of the script, the device was conceived as a stationary time chamber, and at one point, it was even imagined as a refrigerator, hardly practical or cinematic. As the story developed, the concept of the time machine underwent major changes, both in design and in how time travel was visually portrayed. The DeLorean's leap through time became known as the time slice effect. Zemeckis didn't have all the technical details at first, but he was certain of one thing: the transition had to feel intense and jarring. He described it as a Neanderthal sitting on the hood of the DeLorean and chipping away the fabric of time in front of him. That raw, aggressive visual underscored the filmmaker's desire to make time travel feel intense and unpredictable, far from smooth or sterile. Directors Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale ultimately realized that a bulky, immobile machine lacked the visual momentum and narrative excitement the film demanded, especially for high-stakes scenes like the lightning strike at the clock tower. The DeLorean was chosen not only for its futuristic look, complete with gull-wing doors and a sleek stainless steel body, but also for its mobility and cool factor, especially appealing to younger audiences. Turning the time machine into a car didn't just solve logistical problems, it transformed it into a character of its own, helping to sell the excitement of time travel. The script. No one wanted. The road to bringing Back to the Future to the big screen was anything but smooth. When Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale first pitched the idea, studios were skeptical. The story's unique blend of time travel, quirky characters, and sci-fi comedy didn't fit neatly into any single genre, making it a tough sell. executives didn't know how to market such an unconventional concept. Some rejected it for being too weird or complicated, while others doubted the appeal of the lead character, Marty McFly, or feared the special effects would be too expensive to execute convincingly. The tonal balance between humor and real stakes also made studios nervous, who preferred safer bets. Despite repeated rejections, Zemeckis and Gale persisted. The turning point came when Steven Spielberg, already a major force in Hollywood, threw his support behind the project. His name gave Universal Pictures the confidence to take a chance. Without Spielberg's backing, the film may have remained in development limbo. What began as a rejected script eventually became one of cinema's most beloved classics, thanks to determination, creative vision, and the right people believing in it. The role he almost rejected. Christopher Lloyd's portrayal of Doc Brown is now legendary, but he almost didn't take the role. When the script for Back to the Future first landed on his desk, Lloyd, already an accomplished actor known for roles in Taxi and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, wasn't immediately impressed. He skimmed the script and initially dismissed it, uncertain about the over-the-top character and unusual time travel plot. At one point, he even tossed it aside, ready to pass on the opportunity. Fortunately, he gave it a second look and reconsidered, particularly after learning that Robert Zemeckis was directing. Though not yet a household name, Zemeckis' creative energy and bold vision won Lloyd over. Once filming began, Lloyd fully embraced the eccentric genius of Doc Brown, delivering a performance that was equal parts wild, brilliant, and deeply heartfelt. His chemistry with Michael J. Fox was immediate and dynamic, creating one of cinema's most beloved duos. Looking back, it's hard to imagine anyone else in the role, but Lloyd's decision to revisit a nearly discarded script turned out to be one of the most pivotal choices of his career. Hold on to your flux capacitor, because the next behind-the-scenes moment might change how you see one iconic duo. From doubt to mutual respect. Although Lea Thompson and Michael J. Fox eventually became an iconic on-screen duo in Back to the Future, their working relationship didn't start out smoothly. Thompson had originally built a strong rapport with Eric Stoltz, who was first cast as Marty McFly.
Hey, I'm talking to you, McFly, you Irish bug.
Oh, hey, Biff. Hey, guys. How are you doing?
Yeah, you got my homework finished, McFly?
Well, actually, I figured since it wasn't due till Monday.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Hey, think, McFly, think.
Stoltz's intense method acting approach made a strong impression on her, and the two became friends during the early weeks of filming. When Stoltz was replaced by Fox, Thompson felt conflicted, not only because a colleague had been let go, but also due to preconceived notions about Fox as just a TV actor. At the time, there was a sharp divide between television and film stars, and Thompson, seeing herself as a movie actress, initially harbored doubts about Fox's suitability. The set was under pressure after the casting shakeup, and Fox's exhausting schedule only added to the tension. However, as filming progressed, especially during their 50s-era scenes, Thompson came to appreciate Fox's charisma, comedic timing, and emotional honesty. Their chemistry flourished, and her perspective shifted. She later reflected on her early misjudgments with honesty and admiration, acknowledging the professionalism and heart Fox brought to the film. A timeless reunion in 2025.
The highest grossing film of 1985 did over $155 million that year. Beat Rambo. It totally beat Rambo, which is absolutely amazing. But considering that,
In 2025, fans of Back to the Future were treated to a heartwarming and nostalgia-filled celebration as the cast reunited at Fan Expo New Orleans for the film's 40th anniversary. Michael J. Fox, Lea Thompson, Christopher Lloyd, Thomas F. Wilson, and even Huey Lewis came together to commemorate the beloved time travel classic. Fox entertained the crowd with stories of his intense filming schedule and the stunts that made production so memorable, while Thompson reflected on how the film shaped her career and how surreal it felt to see its impact endure decades later. Lloyd, still full of energy and passion, spoke about his love for playing Doc Brown and praised the film's blend of humor, heart, and science fiction. Wilson brought laughs reminiscing about playing the villainous Biff, and Lewis shared how the power of love unexpectedly became a cultural phenomenon. More than just a look back, the reunion highlighted the film's enduring themes: friendship, courage, and the power of choice. Fans young and old shared in the joy, proving that Back to the Future continues to resonate across generations, truly standing the test of time. Feeling nostalgic? Keep that emotion close, because the next story brings a surprising shakeup you never saw coming. Casting change you never expected. The role of Jennifer Parker, Marty McFly's girlfriend, went through a surprising casting shakeup during the production of Back to the Future. While Claudia Wells is best remembered in the role, the part originally belonged to actress Melora Hardin. At the time, Hardin was cast opposite Eric Stoltz, the film's original Marty, and the two had already begun filming. However, when Stoltz was replaced by Michael J. Fox due to tonal and comedic differences, the filmmakers reconsidered several casting choices, including Jennifer. Though Hardin was talented and performed well, her height became an unexpected issue. Standing taller than Fox, she presented a visual mismatch that concerned the production team, especially for a romantic pairing on screen. In the end, Hardin was let go not for her ability, but for appearance-based logistics. And Claudia Wells, who had previously auditioned and was closer in height to Fox, was brought in. Despite the setback, Hardin went on to build a successful career with standout roles in The Office and Monk. Her professionalism and resilience became part of a larger Hollywood story about adaptation, timing, and long-term success. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed diving into the hidden world of Back to the Future, don't forget to like, drop a comment with your favorite behind-the-scenes fact, and subscribe for more awesome movie deep dives. And hey, don't go anywhere. Click the next video on your screen for more secrets from the films you thought you knew. See you there.